Challenge Cup 2, no? Challenge Cup 2. This is Challenge Cup 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from a wet Cape Town. We are hosting the Southern Challenge Cup 2 finals. This is round robin number 1, night 2. And we have a host of games coming your way, but the first one, a mouth-watering encounter between Botswana's Hilton Klein, traveled all the way to Cape Town to compete against the ACT number 1 in the southern hemisphere of Africa, Graham Philby. Yesterday, both players competed. Graham was the victor, 3-0, opening the game up. But today, they say, 24 hours, things can change. Hilton started steadily. He has graced the Motor Super Series stage as well, but Philby now has one above him. He's made the World Cup team a few times. One of those legends in the sport is Graham. Been playing really well. We are at Sessions Billiard Bar in Durbanville. If you are in Cape Town area and you want to experience live darts with a great atmosphere and just a feeling, it is live and it is free. Graham Philby not out of the blocks yet. And also on board number 2, which is off stream, we have the in-form Johan Calderon versus the young pretender. It's Caleb Cochril, a player that's come from the academy and has had many attempts to improve his game. Now finds himself in this Elite Challenge Cup final as a replacement for also another informed player, Simon Adams, who could not make the trip down to Cape Town. And he sorely missed at this event because, as we know, Simon has made a massive impact on the sport of darts, not just in Quebec, not just in South Africa, but in the world. He is celebrated everywhere he goes, and he's sorely missed. So I'm sure he's sitting up in his household, watching us, smiling now from ear to ear. Thank you for everything that you do for us, Simon. And we are sorely missed today. Back to the action. Graham Philby, so far in the lead here, score-wise. Hilton Klein not being able to adapt to the cold weather. Great last start there from Graham Philby. After 18 darts throw now, 72 remaining. Hilton Klein is going to suffer potentially an early break of throw. Certainly not finding it easy against Graham Philby. It's quite near to the tops. Last start needs to find that. He does find it, 72 in 3 darts. Graham Philby breaks the Hilton Klein throw. Yesterday, this game ended up in a 3-0 victory for Graham Philby. So far, it's 4 legs on the trot for Graham against Hilton. Will he stop the rot? Both players, yeah, just starting so slow, and can understand they're playing for a big prize, and the big prize is going to the United Kingdom to play on the Motor Super Series stage. Many players from Africa has made their way to the Motor Super Series stage. Peter Washuri, the last recipient of the qualifier. And that was the North qualifier as well. Did really well. Played in the pairs event as well. One of these players here are looking to make history. Graham Philby, as well as Cameron Carolison, have not graced the stage. Johan Calderon and Hilton Klein already tasted what it's like to play on one of the greatest stages in the world. Feel as though Graham has an opportunity here. He needs a treble. On board number 2, we see the result. Johan Calderon is so far leading 2-0 against Caleb Cochril. Caleb missing a few darts at a double and also preparing for tomorrow's International Darts Schoolie qualifier in Cape Town. We have one in Gqeberha as well. This year we'll be sending 2 players to the United Kingdom to compete in the IDSL Championship event. So far 5 players have qualified, with amazing talents already registering themselves for the finals. Senna Arts being the first from Belgium. We had Mitchell Lowry from Scotland. And many, many more players coming through there. The qualifiers in Ireland as well happening over this weekend. But over in Cape Town, it is Challenge Cup Final 2. Hilton Klein not finding that rhythm that he's enjoyed over a long period of time, and he has shifted some weight as well. And what we've seen as dart players, you become accustomed to a weight. And when you are throwing, it's a major, major shift just in body positioning, anchoring. Graham Philby leaves 36. Not the game that he'd want to remember. But Hilton Klein now has an opportunity here. Will he go tops? There was an attempt for the treble 20. He's left 40 left, 59 scored. Caleb Cochril losing out to an informed Johan Calderon 3-0. Graham Philby taking out that 36 there, so far leading 2-0. What a start. What a start from Hilton Klein. It's a quick race to 3, so Philby needs one more leg, but at 131 shows some intent from Hilton Klein. Managing a 42 after that. Hilton Klein just trying to loosen up. You can tell by the tenseness of the game. Graham Philby throwing a lot more freedom and relaxed. But Hilton Klein feeling the pressure early on. Know he has to do something special to get to the last round tomorrow. Graham Philby will want to fill it up there. He wants to just lay on top of that dart. Graham Philby is also the winner of the last ACT in Namibia, hosted a couple of weeks ago. So he is in form. But we see Hilton Klein there coming with a ton of his own. If you're tuning in from home in Cape Town, we are live at Sessions Billiard Bar. The entry is free. Entertainment is live, and you'll see some of Africa's very best star players performing here at the Sessions billiard bar. Hilton Klein now on 36. Graham Philby can only set up, but what a rogue last start there. Not following it, that lay that he's found on top of the treble. Hilton Klein to open his account. Finds the 36 and holds the throw. There is a game on, ladies and gentlemen. Graham Philby there, just not at the scoring power that he had. But Hilton Klein found a few trebles more. And checked out, there is a small little hindering of Hilton Klein's throw. Looks a bit, I'm not going to say dartitis, but he does have an action before he puts it in a position. And sometimes it doesn't go into that position as he closes his hand. And that makes it very difficult, especially under pressure situations. Also when it is cold, which we know Cape Town is really cold today. Graham Philby with a big 11. With a big 11. And now you understand the position he finds himself in. Hilton Klein, to hit a treble here, would be a magical treble for him. He doesn't take advantage, so Philby there let off the hook. Philby only on 43. Certainly letting it slip here. Low darts there from Hilton Klein. Graham Philby now has an opportunity again. He's not finding his first dart. It's laying very flat for Philby, and I think that the way in which his darts is laying does favor the treble 19, as he's found two in the bed there. First maximum of the match goes to Hilton Klein. This is now an encounter. Philby's on the back foot. He needs an 18 here. Needs a steady 18. 170 left. The big fish. So he's first on a finish. Hilton Klein can leave it handy with a straight treble. Wants to find it now. Does not manage it, but puts him close. Philby will have first dibs at a finish to close the game out. And what a magical finish. This would be first dart perfect. Second dart unlucky for Graham Philby there, but great setup. Puts the pressure on the 139. You know that Hilton Klein has to be perfect on this. He needs two trebles and a finish. He does not find any of the trebles, so he's going to leave Philby to go for 48. What will Philby's way be, though? He's been fantastic on the double tops. Will he go straight for the 8, or is he going to stay on the 16s? Opts for the 16s. Double 16 incoming. Needs the double 16 to close out this match. Graham Philby, 3-1 victor against Hilton Klein. It's one step closer to qualifying for tomorrow's finals. And the next match that we have live for you will be Cameron Carolison versus Liam Nicholson. Stay tuned. We will be coming back right after this. Welcome back to the action. Challenge Cup Finals number 2, round robin 1, night 2. And now we've got a real encounter on our hands. We've got Cameron Nicholson, just fresh off the World Cup and also played in the finals of the ACT in Namibia. And we've got the young gun, the shadow, Liam Nicholson. Started this year in the ADG and so far found himself in virtually every single quarterfinals as a minimum. Cameron Nicholson, yeah, going straight at it, starting off with a big 140. Liam is no slouch in scoring either. Some important news later on for Liam. Cameron Nicholson scoring prowess. We've seen it happen so many times. We've seen it do it in the World Championship as well. We played against Vessel Nijmer, but this could be a first maximum. And we see there the celebration from Liam Nicholson. He is ready. He is ready. This is back to back, ladies and gentlemen. Another maximum. So far, 2 maximums in the game. This was always going to be a great scoring encounter. After 9 darts, both players on a finish. What a start to this match. Cameron Nicholson needs 12. He will go for bullseye. Cameron Nicholson pulls it, gets a 17. 140, needs 2 trebles. Oh, he's going the Rob Crossway. Ooh, misses out. And you can just tell he was nearly in that mix there. Cameron Nicholson missing out on the finish there and opening up an opportunity for Liam Nicholson to break the throw. Double 10 is needed. Double 20 was needed. Apologies. Now he needs double 10, but will Cameron Nicholson give him that opportunity? Couple of darts missed on the double. So far, last dart in hand. Misses again. This game ended on a 3-2 to Liam yesterday. Now he has 2 doubles. Needs double 4 now. Double 2, last start in hand. Both players having a nightmare on the outer ring. Can Cameron Nicholson capitalize on this opportunity? It is his throw. He does finish it in the end. Both players throwing maximums, exchanging massive blows on the scoring, but it seems like the outer ring has just got a little smaller for them. But we know that both these players are firecrackers when it comes to scoring. So you can expect more maximums and more nail-biting action. Liam held throw there. Liam could have broken the throw, and if he broke the throw and held it, he would have been in such an advantageous position. But he banks on his scoring, which is a strong point for Liam, is his scoring and just how straight he throws. Phenomenal player. Great demeanor as well. Only trebleless visit there for Liam. And a little bit of a scattered throw, 28 for Cameron. Liam will want to set up now. What a last start there from Liam. Finding in treble 19. in the middle. That looks to be followed. This screams for begging. Punishment. The treble 20 is taking punishment tonight. Cameron Carolison finding that treble with ease. Stray dart for Liam. Just couldn't recover. Not a positive visit for him. Stays within the 100 mark after leaving only 128. You almost expected him to have a shot. Cameron Carolison stepping far over to the right just to shimmy the dart over the top to leave himself on tops, but that one went almost off the board, finding double tops. 120 scored, so that leaves him double 10. 102 for the first time plus checkout is needed, but it won't go. So Cameron Carolison now has an opportunity to break the Liam Nicholson throw. Oh, we thought that felt great. Left his hand great. It just missed on the outside. 2 darts in hand still. Finds it with a second dart. This time, no messing about, no faffing on the outer ring. Cameron Carolison now 2-0 so far. Cameron Carolison broke the throw strategically as well. Now starting with a power scored 140. I fear the worst for Liam Nicholson unless he can pull a rabbit out of a bag. Can the man call the shadow, come out of the shadows, and perform a perfect 3 legs back to back? He's going to need Cameron Carolison to step off the gas. Cameron has been the ultimate performer, and that's what Liam Nicholson will be licking his lips for. He now wants to find at least 2 trebles here to gain some of the advantage that Cameron has opted or given him, but was unable to do so. Cameron finds a treble. 95 scored. Liam Nicholson yet to find it, but this could be a max. Just the way in which he throws. 140, I think it is. So back on nearly level pegging. And Cameron Carolison taking no chances. 99 is the score. So a big visit here for Liam. A maximum will put him in the driver's seat. In slack visit, second dart. Recovered. One for 1 in 6. Cameron Carolison goes with it. The different approach, more of a board management approach. 99 leaves him on 42, so all Liam can do is set it up. But what will the setup be like? How much pressure will Cameron Carolison be under? If any pressure. Simple 2 darts for Cameron. Double 16, 2 darts in hand to complete the 3-0 thrashing of Liam Nicholson. Great show there by Cameron Carolison and Liam Nicholson. Cameron Carolison, the victor, 3-0 with an 85 average, showing his intention for today. We'll be coming back to you with the next game right after this. when walking into Rosendal and obviously thinking we're coming to Delft, my thought immediately went from Delft's dangerous, I mean, the circumstances, and then you almost soften by understanding that there's kids there, and how do you change their lives and what we want to achieve with their future. And I think the sport of darts speaks directly to exactly including everybody in the community. So that understanding of the inclusive nature of the sport, which kind of breaks away from barriers, male, female, abled, I mean, not able to play the sport itself. It just creates an opportunity not only to compete, but also to understand from a mathematics perspective, making it fun, engaging. And the reality is that we now have a turnkey solution, not just for how do we develop the sport. We have a turnkey solution that's going to speak directly to the economics of the community. When you're teaching it and showing them that darts is all about movement and calculations and mathematics is combined and just put in a space where it's now a movement to the right and a movement to the left. When they understood that and seen it and they start to calculate on a dartboard, you realize very, very quickly that it's the traditional ways that it's not failing, but it's not engaging kids like it used to. I think that the sport now has an opportunity to change that and make maths a massive component of how they move forward in their life and also in their sporting career. I think when we look at what is transpiring today and just understanding me traveling for a far distance, coming to Delft, probably my second time in my entire life, and you get here and you see the kids and just the engagement and the fun that they're having with the sport itself. A game as simple as 101 is keeping them at the dartboard in a space where everybody feels welcome. And I think that it's part and parcel of that our sport being so inclusive, so engaging. It's now put me in a space that the sport that I love, the sport that I've grown up watching and playing, can now change kids' lives in all communities. It's really changed the way in which I see what my purpose is and what the future holds within South Africa and the world. I'm Devin Peterson, and this is The Purple Door. And welcome back. We've just seen Cameron Carolison on the stream board, but this is a game we could not take off the stream board. Generally, players don't replicate or are not repeated on the stream board immediately after. But this game, mouth-watering encounter. It is a game that went to Cameron Carolison yesterday, being the victor 3-2. And Graham Philby winning 4 out of 6 yesterday. This was one of the games that he felt let slip. Graham Philby has said that it is a bit of a cold evening. Oh, we saw the scoring power of Cameron Carolison. Grant Samson on board number 2 also checked out a 161. And you could certainly hear it from here. If you were in Paul, I'm sure that you heard it as well. What a fantastic, fantastic play. Definitely finding his form again is Grant. Really making to make a difference and get to the Modus Super Series where all of these players are playing for that one spot, the Southern African spot. I think this is going to be a game that Graham Philby wants to showcase his ability and talent. A little ricochet there, a bounce that wasn't favorable at all for him. And so far, scoring fantastically well. Cameron Carolison finding it in the center. You can bet your bottom dollar that is a 140. Both players averaging way over the ton average now, and yes, we do know that it's early doors, but you just know that these two players scoring prowess just top tier. Cameron Carolison, 121, 6 darts in hand if needed. He doesn't need to go for the treble, but he opts and just slides it into the 3. Now giving him a potential 1 dart at the top. A 140 here for Graham Philby will put him on his favorite 36 and put Cameron's throw under pressure. He needs to find the treble where the last dart does not. He stacks it up to the heavens, and it should have been dropping. Cameron Carolison will have 1 dart at the double tops. He does not get it. We've seen him before against Liam Nicholson before this, having troubles on the outer ring. But now Graham Philby, 116, is a big opportunity for Graham to break the Cameron Carolison throw. He still has a shot, needs the 777 now. That is a slight push into the 2. And does not make much damage there. 36 the score. Cameron Carolison, 3 darts in hand for double 10. Will he need all 3? Goes to a challenging double 5 on top. Goes inside, and that's what happens when you do not finish. When you left on the unsplittable double, it makes it a lot more intense. Philby might have 2 darts at a double, or will he have 1? Needs a big 20 now. Has to make sure he gets a big 20. Goes high. Now needs to stack it to steal the Cameron Carolison throw. Goes on the inside. That was tight. Cameron Carolison had to check twice if it was in. Finds the double 10. We know it's his favorite side as well. Double 10, first pump. Certain Philby's not really enthusiastic about that first pump. That was his opportunity. Straight to the left a bit tonight is Philby. Reshuffle on the line, just finding his line, and 40 scored. Cameron Carolison now knows there's an opportunity. Just has to find the first dart. If he does find the first dart, he can be devastating. I've seen it happen to me and against other opponents. Phenomenal when he's scoring his on. He is one of the very best on the continent, and also certainly making an opportunity for himself after the World Cup. Many people have been talking about him, and I'm sure that he's probably one of the next players to go to the Q school as well. We do know that he has family responsibilities, which can put you, of course, on the darting dream. But if you can't go to Q school, ADG is the place. 11 qualifiers, international qualifiers, the only place to get PDC qualification as well as Modus. So if you feel like you want to live the darting dream, you know exactly where we are. The next ACT will be hosted in Botswana, as the entire Southern Hemisphere travels to Botswana to compete. Also the last ACT for the year. in the Southern Hemisphere. But this could be the first maximum of the match. No, it is not. Bounces under. And so far on board number 2, Caleb Cochril versus Liam Nicholson. The score is tied at 1-all. Graham Philby not comfortable tonight. Yesterday, he was the man to beat. Today, don't think he stepped out of the house. Perfect first dart for Philby. Second dart, certainly not. Third dart, also outside of the treble line. First ton finish attempt of the night for Cameron. Missing it on the inside. Could this be a maximum to put the Cameron? It is a maximum, and it puts the 20 for Cameron under some pressure. And for Cameron, pressure is for tires. As he finishes the second double 10 so far, his first game was 3-0, second game 2-0. Could we see a back-to-back 3-0 victory for Cameron Carolison? $97. $140 from Graham Philby. You feel as though Graham has to now find something to challenge the Cameron Carolison scoring. But when he's like this and he's on, you know that it's tough. One small one small slip will mean that you're 60 behind. Graham wants to make sure that this is another 140. Pushes hard through the dart, but finds a ton only. $94 for Cameron, rushing towards a 170 here now. You feel as though 2 darts on top of that is possible with Graham Philby's throw and lay. He does find the 2 darts on top of that first perfect marker. 140, so that leaves him on 121, but how much of an opportunity is it? That was a perfect 140 then for Graham Philby, because Cameron Carolison did not find the first dart, but he has set it up on the 70 finish. Big darts incoming for Philby to save his skin. Treble 20, single 11, bullseye. He gets the bullseye. Graham Philby, 260 in 6 darts. Finds the 140, then a 121 on bullseye. And we are back in the game. This is the reason why we had to have this game on stream. It would have been an injustice if we put it on board too, because you would not be enjoying exactly what you are witnessing right now. Graham Philby scored solid in that game. Cameron Carolison left the 170, set it up on 70, and we've seen the first ton checkout for the evening on board number 1. Graham Philby just has to hold the throw, and we will go to a tie game. But Graham Philby's approach needs to be that first dart, important first dart. If he gets that, his scoring power is just magnificent. A solid 100. Another 100 there from Cameron. First dart perfect for Philby. You feel as though he wants to maximize the scoring. Graham Philby finding his scoring boots now. 125 for Cameron, and that is an advantage still for Graham Philby. But how big will the advantage be? He needs to find, I would opt for an 18 on this last start. He does opt for the 18, straight 120 now. Big, big opportunity for Graham Philby to hold his own throw, or just see Cameron Carolison creep up. 76 now. Graham Philby is going to have to go back-to-back ton finishes. Treble is needed. He finds the treble. This could be back-to-back ton finishes for Graham Philby. It is back-to-back finishes for Graham Philby. 120 and a 121 to stay in this match. We are level, and this is Challenge Cup 2. This is a big game, ladies and gentlemen. Both players can't be split on averages, not on the legs, but somebody's going to go away with 0 points. This is intense. Who will it be? Philby pulling it out of the bag there, 2-0. And now in the game, 2-all. Momentum completely with Philby. A game of two halves. But now it's the last roll of the dice, and Graham Philby has the advantage. Cameron will have to switch with that because that dart did not penetrate the board correctly. He's opted to stay, and what a gamble, and it's paid off. Cameron Carolison with a 180 there, with the first dart that was hanging loose like bananas on a tree. But Graham Philby coming in again. This game is exciting. You can tell the tenseness. Graham Philby wants to make sure that he stays unbeaten so far tonight. Cameron Carolison, first game beating Liam Nicholson 3-0. Second game leading 2-0. But Graham Philby pulling it back into 2-all, giving us the exciting encounter. You feel as though a maximum here would change the momentum. The first dart is perfect. The second dart ricochets, but he'll stay there. Oh, he just goes into the treble 1. Stays within touching distance. Both players on the dance floor. Went for the bullseye there. Still, and this could be a mistake that could cost Cameron Carolison. A trebleless visit there at the wrong time. Graham Philby here with a 140 could change it all. Ton puts him in the lead, but just in the lead. He's 43 points ahead. So Cameron Carolison can crush that 43 points by finding 2 trebles. First dart not to lead off. Second dart perfect. Third dart could follow. 100 scored, 91 left. This would be a third ton plus finish for Graham Philby to win the match. This could be a third ton plus finish. A third ton plus finish for the night. Graham Philby, double 14 to win the match. Oh, Graham Philby goes inside. That would have been adding to his 2 ton plus finishes, 120 and 121. Cameron Carolison has an opportunity now to check out 91 and win the match. This beautiful encounter has to come to an end. And he steps back. Perfectly poised. He's considering whether he goes for 25 or 90 or 51. His shot is the percentage shot. He goes for the 25. He's going to need 16. This is the hardest start, ladies and gentlemen. He finds the 16. It's another bullseye. Graham Philby took out bullseye on the 121. Can Cameron Carolison win it on the bullseye? He ricochets on the outside, and what an attempt there from Cameron Carolison. Graham Philby, 3 darts in hand, 477. This could be an opportunity for him to take an advantage, but also mentally Show Cameron Carolison who is boss. Opts to split, 2 double fours. And that is what pressure does, ladies and gentlemen. That is what pressure does. 3 darts in hand, 3 darts a 7. And everybody will question why did he not go for double 7. He wasn't feeling comfortable, and that's why he done what he done. It's the pressure shot. If he missed on the inside, it would be 3 double 2. Cameron Carolison, 12. Double 16 favored. Missed it a few times early on. Needs a double 16 now. Goes on the outside. He's going to ricochet it into the double 16. That is the shot. That is the shot, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron Carolison bounces it off, and the tight encounter comes to an end. Everybody on their feet. What a match witnessed. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Carolison beats Graham Philby 3-2. Both players averaging above 85. If you want to watch live darts like this, we are live at Sessions Billiard Bar in Durbanville. The entry's free, the entertainment is wild, and we will be right back just after this. And welcome back, everybody. This is the Challenge Cup Final 2, Round Robin 1, Night 2. If you just joined us, you missed one of the most intense games of the evening. Cameron Carolison and Graham Philby served up a 3-course meal as Johan Calderon gets us off to a maximum. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fantastic game before this. Graham Philby, 2-0 down, 2 ton-plus checkouts. Then he misses a ton-plus checkout. Drama. It was the game that has drama personified. It was intense. And now we've got another one. And this has been touted to be a scoring match of note. Graham Philby before this showed some class, but we do know that Johan Calderon is a man that wants to return to the Motor Super Series, and Grant Samson wants to make his debut. So everybody here has got some experience on the international stage. Grant's played at the World Championships, Johan's played at the World Cup. So they know exactly what it's like to play in front of major crowds. And the intensity is amazing. The drama, the entertainment is live. It's literally darting entertainment in front of your very eyes. Johan Calderon so far, after 12 darts thrown, 100 left. Grant Samson still trying to find his range. Johan Calderon now needs double 10. Double 5 now. Finds the double 5 and no faffing about on the outer ring. Incredible so far. What a night of darts it's been. Seen some tasty encounters on board too as well. But Johan Calderon came to play tonight. Grant, you can just feel there's an area of Grant's game now that when he finds his first dot is excellent. When he has to search for it, he loses some confidence. And now he found it. He found some level of line. But this man scoring power, man mountain. It's the hitman, it's Johan Calderon. 195 now for Grant. He wants to make sure he gets the 95. 57 is the only. So 153 here. First opportunity. Johan Calderon is there with a 32 leave and a 1-1. What amazing darts from the young man from Gansbaai, where the sharks swim freely. I'm sure the sharks swim away when they see Johan in the ocean. Double 16 for a 2-0 lead. Feel as though the second dot's so close. The third one has to be in. Impossible. And that's darts, ladies and gentlemen. It is the width of a wire. It's the difference of millimeters. Grant now has an opportunity he did not expect to have, but he's going to have to take it. Double tops. Ooh, that was a painful miss. Double 16 now, Johan Calderon finds the double 16. You see that sarcastic raise of the eyebrow. These players do expect to finish within 3 darts. And when it goes over, Grant is not comfortable on that board. You can tell every single dart has a grimace. Johan will love that because it would mean that the player that he's playing against is not confident. We do know that Grant has scoring power. We've seen a comeback before with Graham Philby as well as Cameron Carolison. So we do know that there's an opportunity here. But Johan Calderon has to put this to bed. Cameron Carolison playing immediately after on board 2 so far, and he is 1-0 behind against Hilton Klein. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the Cape Town area, we are at Sessions Billiard Bar, free to enter. Entertainment is live, and you'd be watching some of South Africa's and Africa's greatest dart players. Grant Samson there, sarcastic raise of the eyebrow as he shifts from the treble 20 and finds the treble 19s. Bounce out there from Hitman. $150 for Johan Calderon to wrap up, but opted to go 57-57. Stay tuned. We do have an announcement tonight. Grant Samson there with a magical 140 to leave him 50, 107. Needs the double 16 here to break the Grant Samson heart. Steps back. Opts for a focus approach. And he misses. And it's the width of a wire again. Grant Samson feels like it could have drifted into the 1, but luckily finds the 18. 2 darts in hand for 16 to save his skin. Oh, a bad bounce. Just not in the race today. Double 16 now. Another close dart. You expect this one to go in. Needs the double 8 now. Cannot believe his luck. First dart perfect. Now doing the salsa on the yoki. Does not know which way to go. Now he needs the double 8. He's going far over to the right. Oh, and he bounces over. He did not like the lie, ladies and gentlemen. He did not like the look. And he did not get the luck. That is closer to the treble 16. And he magically finds it. So we are still back in a game here. On board 2, Cameron Carolison has leveled the game up against Hilton Klein. It's 1-1 now. You feel as though there's an opportunity for Grant if he just finds a few trebles. Just a few. He doesn't even need to ignite. Because Johan would have felt like he missed an opportunity to finish the game off. Grant feels like he has a second chance. And that's not what you want to see if you have a second chance. Great drop there. You feel as though a shift is perfect, but he just did not line it straight. Grant having back-to-back visits that are not threatening the Johan Calderon throw. When Johan Calderon wakes up, He's like a hibernating bear, hungry. Finds a treble 20 now. Still turns the corner, so not a lot in it though. I feel there's mistakes that can happen just like that. Grant Samson now has an opportunity, but he has to find the treble, and he does. He needs to make sure that he counters on that. Another treble there, or 25 could be the shot. Opts for the 25, but does not execute. So 83 is the score, 113 left. 145, a big ton plus checkout. But he's going to leave it handy. He'll stay there. 70 scored, 113 has to go. Grant Samson has to have some kind of heroics pulled out the bag here. Grant Samson misses a ton plus finish there. The 113 goes begging as he misses the double tops. And what a miss it could be. Johan Calderon will have one dart at the very same target. Does not execute. Speed was incorrect. Composure was incorrect. Grant Samson can now level the game. He needs a double 10. Double 10, chasing it on the board. Does not find it. Johan Calderon, you feel, will not give him another opportunity. Last start in hand. He does, and this is uncharacteristic from Johan. Major opportunity. Grant Samson cannot believe his luck. He is now, it is now 2-all. And it is the Grant Samson throw. So he's wrestled back the throw. Great rescue there. Seems like the streamboard today is only providing drama. If you missed it before, Graham Philby and Cameron Carollison's game was filled with drama. Ended up 3-2. Johan Calderon's Grant Samson filled with drama. Great ton there from Johan Calderon. I feel a maximum coming. I do feel like a maximum is on its way. And that should have been the maximum, but what a 140 there. This game is well in the balance. Another treble there will put the throw in Grant's hands, and this is the wicked twist of darts. Johan Calderon had an opportunity to finish the game. Missed 4 darts at a double. Grant Samson stole the game to get it all 2-all, and now he's in a commanding lead. Has 66 darts for 115. Doesn't manage to set it up. And this could be a pressure shot, yeah. I feel like a 140 will put him under some pressure. Oh. Johan Calderon puts the shot under pressure. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are not here, you would just know that you are missing this atmosphere. Intense. The drama is happening. Grant Samson, 92. 90's 87, so he's going to have to find a treble. That treble will have to be treble 17. Does not find the treble 17. So will Johan Calderon miss again, or will he take the game this time? 16 left, 3 darts in hand. Goes on the inside, 2 darts in hand, double 4. Chasing it on the doubles. Does not find it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is uncharacteristic. This is a unique situation, and this is what it is like to play in the Challenge Cup Final 2 round robin. Hilton Klein just beat Cameron Carolison on board too, but here Grant Samson has an opportunity. Double 10 is the shot. Misses the shot. Hilton Klein has just beaten Cameron Carolison 3-2 in a tight encounter as well. Now Johan Calderon, can he put this game to bed? It bounces out, but is that a fortuitous bounce? Still can't finish. And now double 10, you feel as though it's going to be buried. Grant Samson now needs to step on the inside. Another last start now. Does not get it. It's a nightmare on the outer ring for both players tonight. And it bounces out again. You cannot script it. It was literally in the corner. And it's an area where the sisal does not grip the dart. It does not find it. Grant Samson saved his skin with a double 5 before this. Can he do the exact same now again against Johan Calderon? Does not find it. Double 2. Big dart in hand. Both players cannot finish. Double 1 now. Averages do not matter. All they just want is the leg 1. Johan Calderon has missed a dozen darts to win the game. Needs the double 1 now. Finds it. Finds the double 1 with a celebration. Could not believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, Grant Samson beats Johan Calderon 3-2. And we will be coming to you back with more action right after this.
This journey has been 10 years in the making with Devon Peterson, in where we knew that we wanted to use darts as a development for youth, where we not only wanted to develop the sport, but we wanted to also create leaders in youth. We wanted to make sure that there was a legacy program that we would always leave behind for our schools, for our youth. Coming to Delft today and watching the school, Rosendal, and the principal speaking and everybody just gives us more excitement in knowing that what we are doing is actually the right path.
The reason for the CARES acronym is we find that in South Africa a whole host of what we do is isolated and is happening within silos. What we're doing is to try and allow young people to have a broad-based approach in terms of their development, getting them to believe in themselves. And today I'm here to share the relationship between the school, IDSL, dartboard maths, and CARES.
We're partnering with dartboard maths specifically because it is an area of great concern, because we find that many children learn differently and often it is a challenge. This tool is an innovative way of overcoming the challenges that kids have with maths in particular. We support the venture. We find it to be a helpful tool, and our intention is to use it with our products to implement and to make sure that at every school, in every community, every single child will have a meaningful educational journey.
Today marks a remarkable event for our schools, and we would like to thank Mr. Devon Peterson, who is in the UK and who we've met virtually with, and ploughing back with this important sport, and also creating the opportunity for our learners. And I would want to say that further deliberations with the National Department of Basic Education, as well as the Western Cape Education Department, this will definitely add value to developing our learners in this particular sports goal. Thank you so much.
Just incredibly proud to be associated to this great project, the International Dart School League, and such a visionary that Devon Peterson is. I mean, from our team at Agency 7, just watching this entire thing give birth and the growth of such a project of such magnitude. And it's just incredible to see how we've come back home, and here we are in Delft at the very first dart center we put together at Rosendal High School. And this is just an amazing project, and I just want to say to the visionaries, Devon Peterson and Nicole and George and the rest of the team, excellent work and well done. We're really proud to be part of this initiative.
Welcome back, and that is our Purple Door initiative. You've seen it happen at Rosendal High in Delft. There's a few schools that have been participating in the Purple Door initiative. It is the International Dart School League going across the globe and making an impact in communities, vulnerable, inclusive communities as well. And we're changing the world one dart at a time. Welcome to the Challenge Cup Final 2, round robin 1, night number 2, and we are at Sessions Billiard Bar. We've seen drama on the stream board so far tonight. It's been a fantastic, fantastic darting experience so far. More people have come. We literally have legends in the building. If you have been playing around the amateur circuit, from the Spra Hall, we have some legends. As we see Cameron Carolison and Grant Samson now start their game. Cameron came out of a tight encounter against Graham Philby. 3-2, he came out the victor. Grant Samson stealing a victory early on against Johan Calderon, missing a dozen darts at the double, but Cameron Carolison sets the standard and starts with a maximum. So from here on out, it can only go downhill. But Grant Samson is here ready to respond. Finds a 121 of himself. What we're now looking at is two players knowing that they have to perform to get through to the semifinals. Could we see back-to-back 180s? This is back-to-back 180s, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron Carolison so far playing on a level. We might be witnessing history. It's all up to Cameron Carolison. Yeah, first that has to be perfect. Does not get the first dart. 6 perfect. First one for the night so far. What a start. Grant Samson averaging 109 after 6 darts thrown. Cameron Carolison after 9 darts, 81 remaining. What? That is great board management. 25 would have left him 16. Now he's going to go for double 8. Finds the double 8 in 12 darts. What a start to this match. Acknowledgement there from Grant Samson, showing the sportsmanship. Fantastic start there for Cameron Carolison. Grant Samson now wanting to join the party. Grant now finds a maximum of his own. This is some game. Ladies and gentlemen, I have said it before, and the invite still remains open. Everybody is welcome. And we nearly saw back-to-back 180s from Grant Samson as well. The entertainment is live, it is free, and it's all at Sessions Billiard Bar. Many people in from all walks of life, people that I've seen at the very start of my career, coming into the building. Legends in my eyes. Grant Samson has now thrown 9 darts, is on a potential 11 darter. Cameron Carolison started the game off with a 12 darter. And this is like, if you were watching boxing, this would be like 2 prime fighters going head to head and just knocking each other left to right. 41 there, so that will mean that he's got 2 darts. He'll have 3 darts, but 2 darts at a double, making sure that he hits the first one, the big 19. Cameron now just edging closer, but almost feeling like there's no shot for him. Grant Samson now levels the game up. Both players playing fantastically well. Cameron Carolison averaging 106 and change. Grant Samson just a shy touch of 100. What a match. This is top tier darts, ladies and gentlemen. One of these players will be representing Africa at the Motor Super Series stage in Portsmouth. They've just had the Champions of Champions event last week, where they saw Ross Montgomery lift that trophy. Motor Super Series giving African players a platform for international exposure. If you're watching on stream, please let us know where you're watching from. And if you're under the blankets, it's okay, you can watch us live. But if you're not, and you feel like you want to come around and witness this darts in person, it is happening at Sessions Bar. And the entry fee is free. For entertainment like this, you should be paying, but we at ADG, we say that it should be free, and it should be for everybody. Both players now just slightly simmering. Grant with a slip there of a 36. Cameron Carolison got beaten in the game before this against Hilton Klein, 3-2. So far tonight has been tight encounters. On board number 2, Graham Philby leading Caleb Cochril 2-0. Caleb playing in the International Darts School League tomorrow, happening at Swansweg from 11 o'clock. We will be sending one youth under 18 player to the United Kingdom tomorrow from Cape Town. And we will be sending another player from Gqeberha as well on the exact same day. They will be traveling together and going to represent South Africa at the International Darts School League Championship final event in the United Kingdom at the Portsmouth Motor Super Series Lounge this year. Providing platforms for everybody. And that is what we do. Cameron Carolison on the 80 now. But Grant was left on the 120 and missed with the first dart. Finding a big one. So that both players on 80 after 18 darts thrown. Even though it's not a brilliant leg that we've seen from both players early on. Cameron Carolison stepping all the way to the right. Now needing to find the tops. Throw over both of those darts. They are laying in an awkward position. This is not easy at all. And he overcooked it. Grant Samson with an opportunity to break the Cameron Carolison throw and go ahead. Finds the 5, has to go 25, bullseye. Finds the 25, stays on that same line, misses the bullseye by the narrowest of margins. Cameron Carolison now left on tops. You feel as though this will go. First start in the middle of the bed, 2-1 Cameron Carolison and a hold-off throw. Grant Samson needs to find some of his scoring power. Making early on slips, which is allowing Cameron Carolison to just find the confidence, maintain the dominance in the game. And if Grant Samson wants to go over, a little bit of board management there, bit of gardening on the blade 6. Cameron Carolison wasn't happy there with a piece of sisal coming out. He scored. For everybody watching at home, Carl Gabriel, we see you. Some news coming out from Carl Gabriel in a couple of days' time next week. Stay tuned for that. And another treble 19 there. And so far it's been a fantastic visit for Cameron Carolison on the bottom. But Grant Samson here has plans of his own. Needs to hold the stroke and be in touching distance Cameron Carolison throwing quite low. That is only attention. That's how intense these games are, ladies and gentlemen. Needs a treble. Finds a 25. Sensible shot. Board management. Perfection. 167 left. 227 now for Cameron Carolison. He's going to need to find a score 60 or better. Will he stay there? He stays there and finds the ton. 167, yeah. Grant Samson has already checked out a 161 for tonight. Misses the big one, but can set it up on the tops. Graham Philby, Victor against Caleb Cochril there. 3-0 on board number 2. Cameron Carolison needs a ton plus checkout here. Will have a shot at the bullseye. Will have a shot at the bullseye for a 3-1 victory. On the inside, misses the shot there. 80 now for Grant Samson. Treble 20 is the shot. Finds it, 2 double 10s now. Needs a double 10, 2 dots in hand. Double 5, chasing doubles are all around the board. Does not find it. Dart literally fell out of the air. His hand went numb, his arm froze up, and he's given Cameron Carolison an opportunity. He's definitely going to go 9-8. That is the shot, the favorite shot. Or will he go 5 double 10? 9-8 it is. Gets the shot, 3-1 victory. Cameron Carolison with a performance so far, dominant performance, 88.3 average for Cameron. Grant Samson managing an 83. Cameron Carolison had 6 perfect darts at the start of this game. And we have some news for you coming up next. Stay tuned, get your popcorn, because it's only going to get even tastier. Welcome back to the Challenge Cup Final 2, Round Robin 1, Night 2 at Sessions Billiard Bar. We have the Southern qualifier for the Modus Super Series spot. It's the Challenge Cup, and both these players have now been signed by Condor. Johan Calderon's contract has been upgraded from just a ambassador player, and Liam Nicholson is a brand new Condor player. After his exploits on the ACT and just watching him play at the different Challenge Cups, getting to the semi-finals and quarterfinals continuously, he's been rewarded with a contract by Condor. So he's sponsored with flights and equipment. And these are the strides we are making for the players. We reward excellence, we reward commitment, and the achievement as well. And this is the opportunities we want to bring to Africa, to different players. With these opportunities, both players starting off well. Condor flights have made its way all the way from Japan to Africa, and it is the best flight system in the world. And I'm not biased, I've tried them all, but there's only one. There is only one. '81 there from Liam Nicholson. Johan Calderon is on 101 average so far after 9 darts thrown. Playing with multicolored Condor flights, Condor Axe. Liam is playing with the neon. Has a different shine on a board. They have the Axe 120, which is a tri-flight, which is phenomenal in its own right. And on board number 2, we have Hilton Klein versus Caleb Cochril as well. We have many visitors as they're enjoying the sport. They're enjoying it live. '94 check out there for Johan Calderon to break the Liam Nicholson throw. Great 81 there from Johan. Finds the treble there. It looked like a treble. Thought it sneaked in, but it was only a trebleless visit. Johan slipped up against Grant Samson. Yesterday, he only managed 50% wins. Today, he had it all to do. Grant stole the show with some heroic finishing and scoring brilliance in the last leg. Johan now in the driver's seat. And this game will demonstrate exactly what darts is about. It's inclusive. Whether you are 6'7" and a bit, or you are 5'2", it does not matter. Height does not matter in this game. As you see Liam punishing the treble 20 bit. 12 darts thrown for Johan, and he's got 155. 93 left, or scored, 62 left. Liam needs to find it. What a bullseye on the last there, just to save his skin. Gets him over the edge there. But 2-dot finish, a pop finish. No messing about, no faffing. 2-0 so far. Johan in the lead now. His back is against the wall, ladies and gentlemen, and he needs every single point. Tomorrow we are live again from 7 o'clock. And there we will only have the top 4 players. So we played to a level of 4 tonight. Or the last 4. We say goodbye to 3 players. But you would be served up with a semi-final and final tomorrow. Everybody welcome. Grab your seats early, because this will be one of the lineups that could grace any TV broadcast. And you have it here free, live, on ADG TV. If we just look at the averages so far, 3-dot averages, phenomenal. Cameron Carolison leading that, then Johan, then you got Liam Nicholson, all in the 80 range, 80 plus Philby. Grant Samson just dropping below, Hilton Klein, 73. Need a big visit here from Liam. Needs a treble. .32 scored. So Liam Nicholson has an opportunity. Did not manage to wake up in this game yet. .65 to leave a checkout, which will be good board management. Johan now, 25 is needed. Liam finding the 160 checkout. And what a time to shine. 160 to save his skin and stay in the match. Johan Calderon now has the throw, so Liam has to break the throw to have an opportunity to hold his own. Will we see another slip of Johan Calderon tonight? Previously, this has been experienced before. Will he have nightmares of a 2-0 lead and losing it again? .140, Johan Calderon does not want to let this lead slip. And that 160 was a memory captured in history. It's tight, it's tense. This could be a maximum. It is a maximum from Big Johan Calderon. It's the hitman. It's the man from Hans Bay. Liam just penetrating the board, making sure he stays within touching distance. 60 score there from Liam, and you feel as though it's slipping away from him. Last start there, 72 scored, so that will leave him 32. Liam can only but set it up. But what would the setup look like? Some board management's going to be needed. Stays in that area there. 1-5-1 left, 32 with 3 dots in hand. Will he make the same mistake he did before? And there's another slip on the double 16. Could this be another ton plus checkout from Liam? This could hurt Johan. Ooh, you feel as though a treble there would have put the heart in Johan's mouth. Needs the double 8, cannot afford to slip again. Finds the double 8, you can see wafts it away. Not impressed with himself tonight so far, but it is tough. It's the Challenge Cup Final 2. Johan Calderon beats Liam Nicholson 3-1. Stay tuned, get your popcorn, because the next match is up in 4 minutes. And welcome back to Challenge Cup Final 2, Round Robin 1, Night 2. And we now have Cameron Carolison versus Caleb Cochril. We've just seen Johan Calderon beat Liam Nicholson 3-1. Caleb Cochril here, an inclusion because of Simon Adams not being able to travel. But he is playing fantastic, representing himself really well amongst giants in the game. Caleb Cochril started out in the Devon Peterson Academy many, many moons ago. Did not know anything about the sport. Came every single week, committed. And now he finds himself in the Challenge Cup final. What an opportunity, what an experience for the young man. He will be playing in the International Darts School League tomorrow, which is still open for every under 18 player to enter. It's happening at Swanswyk Academy, 338 Main Road, Retreat. If you want to come through tomorrow and witness some under 18 great darts, it's going to be live and it's going to be free. Now, Cameron Carolison is looking to go for the win. Caleb Cochril has won the bull. Apologies. Caleb has gone for the bullseye. And that's the bullseye from Cameron Carolison. Cameron to go first. It is game on. So far, it's been a fantastic evening. We've seen 10+ finishes on board 1 and 2. Cameron Carolison starting out again with 2 perfect. Really impressed with Cameron tonight. Just his determination and will to win. Had a thrilling game against Graham Philby. And another 2 treble visit there. Caleb Cochril finding first dart, not able to follow, but still making sure it's not a trebleless visit. On board number 2, we have Grant Samson versus Liam Nicholson, just off camera. A 69 there from Caleb. Grant Samson on board 2, starting off with a maximum. But on board 1, yeah. What a shot there from Caleb Cochril. 2 treble visit, 140, leaves him on a finish. Cameron Carolison on 86. Just outside. He'll have to go for the bullseye. Will he give Caleb a shot? Goes for the bullseye, finds the single 2. Just on the outside. What a screamer this would be. 37 scored. 41 scored. Apologies. Needs the double 16. Bounce off the barrel. Finds it. 48 first leg goes to Cameron. 18 darter. Hold of throw. Caleb managing steady straight darts. $140 from Cameron Carolison there. Caleb not managing to find a treble. Certainly a tough task for him to just step up into such a strong field. But it would certainly give him some experience and also some practice for tomorrow's game. And what a visit there from Caleb. 125. $82 sets. Cameron Carolison up for an 88 finish. Caleb just seems like he's 1 or 2 darts behind the great scoring of Cameron Carolison. A little bit of a flick throw there. Cameron leaves him on double tops. Rushing the game. Great experience though for Caleb. Manages a 7. He won't be happy about that. Not at all. Double 10 for Cameron Carolison to close out the 40. Leading the game 2-0. It's the Cameron Carolison throw on a potential 3-0. But I feel like Caleb will come into his own. Just find a better throw, but the relentless scoring of Cameron Carolison is tough to compete against, especially when he's throwing a 90 average. That's a tough average to compete against. 16.5 darts every single turn. And you see a maximum being registered by Cameron Carolison now. Takes his average up to 96. Caleb now just merely a bystander as he witnesses Cameron Carolison sprint towards the finish line of this great encounter. You can almost imagine the amount of pressure, nerves Caleb is experiencing right now. Cameron Carolison going for double 18. Does not find it, and that would have been a 12 darter. He's already registered one for the evening. But a 103 leaves him on double 9, but he won't go for the double 9. Caleb finds the 81. Pretty respectable. He might go for 10 double 4. He goes for the 9. I am shocked. And he misses the double 4, and what a game on board 2 as well. But Cameron Carolison, yeah, to complete the game with a double 2. Finds the double 2, and Cameron Carolison is the victor 3-0 with an 86.71 average against Caleb Cochril, the young player from the Wizards franchise. Stepped in for Simon Adams. And this is Group A, and this is the Challenge Cup final. We'll be right back with some more games tonight. So I think when walking into Rosendal and obviously thinking we're coming to Delft, my thought immediately went from Delft's dangerous, I mean, the circumstances, and then you're almost softened by understanding that there's kids there, and how do you change their lives and what we want to achieve with their future. And I think the sport of darts speaks directly to exactly including everybody in the community. So that understanding of the inclusive nature of the sport, which kind of breaks away from barriers, male, female, abled, not able to play the sport itself. It just creates an opportunity not only to compete, but also to understand from a mathematics perspective, making it fun, engaging. And the reality is that we now have a turnkey solution, not just for how do we develop the sport. We have a turnkey solution that's going to speak directly to the economics of the community. When you're teaching it and showing them that darts is all about movement and calculations and mathematics is combined and just put in a space where it's now a movement to the right and a movement to the left. When they understood that and seen it and they start to calculate on a dartboard, you realize very, very quickly that it's the traditional ways that it's not failing, but it's not engaging kids like it used to. I think that the sport now has an opportunity to change that and make maths a massive component of how they move forward in their life and also in their sporting career. I think when we look at what is transpiring today and just understanding me traveling for the far Challenge Cup Final 2, round robin 1, night 2. We are at Sessions Billiard Bar in Durbanville, Cape Town. And the games have been fantastic. But this is like a spur menu. You come in, you go in and you want to order the ribs. But then you see there's a surf and turf. And like it goes on and it continues, the menu just gets better and better. We've had Cameron Carolus and Graham Philby. We've had Johan Calderon and Cameron Carolus. We've had Grant Samson, Liam Nicholson. You've had Hilton Klein, Cameron. It's just fantastic darts all over. And now we have Graham Philby and Johan Calderon. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are laying in your bed, strap yourself in. I hope you have a seatbelt in your bed because this is going to be a bumpy ride. Johan Calderon is finishing, has let opponents in. Graham Philby's great finishing and scoring has gotten him shots in positions where he shouldn't have shots. So I feel as though this one is a days of your lives drama. It's going to be entertaining though. Graham Philby started off magically, making sure there's no trebleless visits. Oh, Johan under the cosh tonight. Only a 45 from Graham Philby, so leaving the door slightly open. That is a perfect first, perfect second. Could it be a perfect third? It is the perfect third for Johan Calderon as he registers the first maximum against Graham Philby. Graham now can set up and leave him on a good shot. Johan Calderon on a bogey, 169. And that's the result of not doing perfect board management early on in your leg. When you're left 349, the only thing you can do is leave 169 on a maximum. But what a shot. 133, maximum 133, and now poised to have a finish on the 36. Graham Philby can leave it handy. Caleb Cochril versus Grant Samson on board 2. 36, first time of asking. Johan Calderon leads the encounter 1-0 and breaks the Graham Philby throw. Johan Calderon 115 start there on the average, 13 data. I did say this one was going to be tasty, ladies and gentlemen. Grab yourself a plate. 61 there for Johan Calderon, rescued by a perfect treble 17. Johan did manage to get a extension on his condo endorsement, which is fantastic news for the Hitman and the Hitman family. He is a power scorer and certainly a great ambassador for the sport, but also a perfect player. Great scoring, great finishing, great mindset. Wants to be the very best. Works hard at the game. Johan understands what needs to happen for him to get through to tomorrow's game, which is the finals, the semi-final and finals for tomorrow. We only have 4 players going through, so it's getting quite tight now. Another bogey here for Johan, so but he can set it up. What is the setup going to be like? Graham Philby now needs to find another treble after to shift. 82 the score. Extremely tight games here. Johan Calderon is leading this game as he's currently outside of the top 4, which is insane to believe. Some of the results tonight not going his way. Nicholson, Klein, and Caleb Cochril certainly won't make the 4. So there's 5 players chasing for the spot for tomorrow. Only 4 will go through. Which one will be out? Stay tuned, and it's going to be really, really exciting. Double 3, the last start in hand for Johan Calderon. Opted for a split there, 6, 6, double 6. What a start from Graham Philby. Oh, it's nearly back-to-back 180s there from Graham Philby. Come on. Grant Samson leading 2-0. Graham Philby, maximum and a 140. And that looks like a 35 scored. Johan Calderon is nowhere in the game currently. Cameron Carolison has registered himself. He just needs to make sure he gets one more win. Johan Calderon wants to make sure that he puts this game away because he does not want to move any further away from the pack now, from that leading pack. Caleb Cochril now could pull one back against Grant Samson on board number 2. Does not make it, misses on the outside wire, but Graham Philby now, he doesn't need to chase, so he can opt for 19 is probably the best shot. He'll probably go for 13, and now just pulling it left and right. Cannot believe it. Step back in disbelief. 5 scored so far. He's going to have to make the last dart count. He does make it count, which leaves him on 24. Johan Calderon will want to pull a maximum here, just to make sure that Philby feels him. $97. Double 6, last dart in hand. Stays on the same line, and this could be an opportunity for Johan Calderon to get the 134. .56 score there for Johan Calderon, so edges him closer, but this double 6 is on the favored side of Graham Philby. He'll shift in or from that dart and finds the double 6. So it's 2-1 now to Johan. The log table is tight. Caleb Cochril, 2-1 against Grant on board number 2. The league is extremely tight. Cameron Carolison so far, he's got 8 wins, 3 losses. Graham Philby with some games to play and currently in the game now. No, 45 from Graham Philby. And that's giving Johan an opportunity to come back in. There's an opportunity for Graham to capitalize on the lack of power scoring from Johan in this game. And just like that, I think he heard me. But it's that kind of scoring that makes Johan dangerous. He can switch it on, but when he switches off, there's an opportunity and a gap, and if you take it, puts him under some pressure, and we know he hasn't been flawless on the outer ring. But Graham has not asserted his dominance in this game. And Johan has been leading in most of his games tonight. And then just slipping up. So he'd need this victory. This would be one of Graham Philby's probably less of his averages for the evening. This game is now tight. He'll have to go for bullseye. Or will he go for... No, he's going to go for bullseye. Oh, he misses the bullseye. Johan Calderon is there for an opportunity for a 3-1 victory. Graham Philby has already checked out 120 and a 121 tonight. Missed the 148 against Cameron Carolison. Won't be the same, but we'll have to go 97 to leave 36. Only manages to score 59. So Johan Calderon will go 988. He's missed this before, but will it be second time lucky? And I don't think no, he's not got it. The dart was in the way. So 74 now for Graham Philby. Here's an opportunity. 14. Leaves the double tops. Graham Philby with a big miss. Would have taken us to a 2-all and a final leg decider. That is too close to miss. He misses again. The outer wire has not been his friend. Grant Samson on board too. Has beaten Grant Samson for the second time of asking. And he's beaten him 3-2. Graham Philby takes us to a final leg. And this is intense stuff. This is intense stuff. Johan Calderon needs the win. Was leading 2-0. Had an opportunity. Missed 5 darts at a double so far to win. Now Graham Philby steps up to the hockey 2-all and as he throws. So advantage, Mr. Philby. Well done. Graham Philby, trebleless visit for the start. What can you, Johan, reply with? 40 scored. .140 from Johan Calderon. Philby stretching. This is a big game, ladies and gentlemen. This could decide who goes through potentially. This could be an opportunity for Philby to have 1 foot into the Saturday. And Johan Calderon could be 2 feet out of Saturday and have to have victorious games in his last 2 fixtures to even stand a chance. .125 for Johan, and he is in the mood. Graham Philby cannot believe Graham Philby now only managing 64, which leaves him on 178 in the same area, but Johan Calderon has 6 darts on 151. 59. So a big opportunity for Graham Philby to put pressure on the 92. Rechecks the score, so it's 178 now. The one, he's been drifting in the one a lot tonight. Only managing a 30 there. Graham Philby feeling the pressure. Double 16. Johan, double 8 has not been his friend tonight. The left side of the board has left Johan stranded. A 148. Graham Philby has missed this on the double 14 tonight. And we're seeing some dancing expertise here from Liam Nicholson. Will Johan be dancing after this double 8? Needs to find the double 8. Double 4. Can't believe what we're seeing right now. This would damage all of his chances. Graham Philby with a steady 10, steady 20, last out in hand. Misses the double tops. Johan Calderon has another opportunity. That is not a perfect lie. Can't believe his luck. He's having a horrid time. He cannot even step. Now he has to step all the way to the right, almost on the N1. He could not get in. And just like that, he could see his opportunity for qualifying for Saturday disappear. Graham Philby needs the double 5 now. He gets the wrong double, and that was the double that he needed me to throw before. This is tense, ladies and gentlemen. This is entertainment. Johan Calderon wafting it away, and you can tell by his frustration just on the finishing. Johan Calderon beats Graham Philby 3-2. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We have some more darting action coming to you right after this. I'm Devin Peterson. The International Darts School League and Dartboard Maths has arrived at Meridian. Meridian Pinehurst has now introduced darts at their school, and this comes with dartboard mats as well. The International Darts School League is proud to partner up with Meridian Pinehurst, and this is going to be a change in the sport, but also bringing the sport to the community.
We are excited to introduce the International Darts School League at our school at Meridian Pinehurst. We are very diverse actually at our school. We have a lot of sporting codes. It's rugby, soccer, netball, athletics, and we are excited to introduce darts as a school sport with Devin Peterson introducing the International Darts School League.
inspiring the future champions today. This is the Purple Door. Challenge Cup Final 2, Round Robin 1, Night 2. This is the final night for Round Robin. We are now into the second last groups of games. Caleb Cochril has completed his fixtures. Hilton Klein still has 2 games left. Graham Philby 2, Liam Nicholson 2, Johan Calderon 2, Cameron Carolison 1. And this now becomes extremely, extremely tight. We've got the permutations, but nobody knows what's going to happen. The players have to play, and then Liam now finds himself on the outside, and he's playing Graham Philby. And you would see on the log, Cameron Carolison 8 wins, Graham Philby 6, Johan Calderon 6, Grant Samson 6, Liam Nicholson 6. It is intense, ladies and gentlemen. It is tight. It is exciting. And Hilton Klein has started with a 180. This is, Johan Calderon did not want to see Hilton Klein start with a 180. Not feel comfortable in this game at all. There's one player through so far, which is Cameron Carolus, and actually he's not even through. Apologies. He's got 8 wins, so he leads currently. 4 players on 6 points. Of those 4, only 3 can go through. And each of them are playing each other. It is incredible. This is drama at its very best. I don't even think you get this on Netflix. But you do find this on ADG TV YouTube channel, or if you want to see it live, come to the Sessions Bar. It's the Billiard Bar, Durban Road, just opposite Tiger Valley. Johan Calderon is there with a 139, but Hilton Klein in this game here after 12 darts. He's got 50 left. And this would be a great start. Hilton Klein missing the opportunity to break the Johan Calderon throw. So double 18 is the shot. Double 9. That was a tough one, and he cannot believe it. The outer ring has deserted him tonight. And this is now an opportunity for Hilton Klein to break the Johan Calderon throw and put him in an advantageous spot. Johan does not want to watch, and he is certainly thanking his lucky stars and the dart gods that there was that miss. In the end, Johan Calderon manages to keep the throw there. Hilton Klein will be kicking himself. Started the game off with a maximum. Missed the game shot with a few darts at a double. Johan's first dart's not settling in, so it'll mean that he's not throwing it with power, so the timing might be off, and that's what tension can bring. Everybody knows what needs to happen. The difference is when you need it to happen, that's when the pressure piles up, and that's when crazy things happen. Liam Nicholson versus Graham Philby. It's a must-win for both players. Graham Philby, double 9 now. On the outside, Liam on board 2 now, needs double 10. And on the live board, Hilton Klein is playing steady. Liam got the first double there, double 10 on board 2. Hilton Klein not comfortable at all. We're now looking at opportunities for Johan, and just managed to sneak it in there on the last with an 86. Leaves him on a 189. So that's going to need 6 darts at a minimum. But he's got time because Hilton Klein didn't manage to find any treble in that visit. An easy setup now. A 139 from Johan Calderon. Only a 60. So 50 for Johan to break the Hilton Klein throw. That double 16 has just not gone in for him, but the double 8 does. 2-0 so far for Johan Calderon, leading Hilton Klein in a must-win game for Johan. Hilton Klein cannot make it through, But Johan is part of this permutation currently happening. Cameron Carolison, 8 wins so far. Johan Calderon, Graham Philby, Liam Nicholson, as well as Grant Samson, all on 6 points. And each of them have 2 games left. The possibilities of it going to leg difference is a real possibility. So every leg counts. Every point counts. And if we can't decide the players on leg difference or points, we're going to have to take a selfie and then we'll put a poll up to say which player would you like to go through. This would be based on his shirt design, on the way his hair's cut and shaved, and just looking at what he looks like. Liam now leading 2-0 in a must-win game for both players. And on the live board, Hilton Klein with a maximum and a little celebration as well. $123 for Johan Calderon, so he's on a finish. Hilton will want to make sure that he fills up, yeah. If I was him, I'd stay there. I would stay there. 141 leaves him on 43. So 107 isn't an easy task. He misses out on an opportunity there. 53 the score. 54 left. So 43 to stay in the match. Double 16. He wants to shift to the right and just bounce it off the barrel. It messes everything. Hits the wire. So Johan Calderon has an opportunity. Double 9 now. Misses the double 9. Double 16 now for Hilton to stay in the game. Graham Philby finding it slightly difficult on board 2. Hilton Klein getting the 32. Liam Nicholson with a 140 there, playing solid. Johan Calderon has been in this exact same position in his last 4 encounters. And just continues to leave it to the last. Manages 59. Just an update on the score here. Liam Nicholson potentially could beat Philby. He's leading 2-0, double 10 left. Graham Philby has a 164, needs to check out. He's not going to check it out, so Liam has an opportunity to beat 3-0. Important game for Liam Nicholson. Johan Calderon with a ton on the live board. Liam Nicholson 3-0 to the good against Graham Philby, and such an important win for him as well. Manages a treble there. 120 left. All Hilton wants to do now is just leave it respectable. Doesn't manage the ton in the end. Only gets 60. So 120 plays 136. You feel as though the possibility for Johan to get this. 44 scored. So 136 could hurt him. It's not going to go, but he can leave it handy. A Tanya would leave him on 36. 60, so both players on 76 now. Major. Double 18 wasn't happy before and still not happy on that side. Johan does not know which double to go for. This is going to be a big, big opportunity for Hilton. He goes 16, needs the double tops. Oh, and a bit of a snatchy dart there for Hilton. Cannot believe it. Goes on the inside. 3 double 3. That was audacious. That was insane. Double 3 for Johan there on the end. Opted for it as well. Double 10 now for Hilton Klein. Finds the double 10 and it's 2-all. Hilton now making it respectable. Johan Calderon has been 2-0 in his last 4 encounters and gone to the last leg decider. He must be feeling some kind of levels of unease on the outer ring. And Johan Calderon will grin at that score. $140 from Hilton Klein, so it's no pentak here. A maximum from this would be insane. What a maximum there from Johan Calderon. He's left the 36 3 times in this match, not hit it once. Is this the 3rd time lucky? He has time. But all you want to do is see it. Perfect first start outside. Goes inside. What will he do on the last? Does not manage it again. Cannot believe it. He's got time to split it. But what will the split be though? Hilton Klein has given him enough opportunity. So this is 6 darts from 18. He can go 6 double 6. He goes directly for the double 9. Finds the double 9. Johan Calderon breathes a sigh of relief as the outer ring has abandoned him on most of the legs, but when it counts, he comes up good. Johan Calderon 3, Hilton Klein 2. This is Challenge Cup Finals 2, round robin 1. And we have one more group of games for you before we say goodnight. Stay tuned, and we'll be back. Welcome back to the Challenge Cup Final 2, Round Robin 1, Night 2. And this is both not just a final game for Graham Philby and Grant Samson, but it is a winner takes all. This is the biggest game of the night. 3 players have qualified so far, Johan Calderon, Liam Nicholson, and topping the group so far is Cameron Carolison. And both these players are on 6 wins with their last game in hand. This is going to be drama. We're going to see missed doubles, and we're going to see great scoring. Grant Samson wins the bullseye. Starts with a 62. You can catch the tension. You can cut the tension with a knife, or pierce it with a dart, whichever one. As a player in this, it's the toughest because you want to stay calm. You don't want to make any mistakes. You don't want to be thinking about what you need to achieve. But it's always in the back of the mind when you're going for that finish. When you're not hitting a treble with your first or second dart, becomes challenging. One player generally always rises in this kind of games because there's a comfortability. Both players are animated, so there'll be no poker face darts this time around. Graham Philby knows exactly what he needs to do. Grant Samson, likewise. So far, Grant is the one that's come out the blocks quite quickly here. 12 darts thrown on a finish. Graham Philby not even on the dance floor. Can't hear the music. Grant Samson has 6 darts from here. Great first 2. Last one just needed a bit more focus. But 81 will leave him on 77. Graham Philby would want to make sure that this is a maximum. This could be the Graham Philby maximum. And it bounces off the barrel. Double tops now. And wire. And Philby steps up with another attempt at a ton-plus finish. He's been successful a few times tonight. Not that way. So Grant Samson stepping back to the hockey for double 10. 78, great little pressure shot there. Leaves him on 56, but how much pressure will it be? Big dart. Grant Samson needs to hold the throw. Dart was hanging loosely in his hand. Rushed it. Graham Philby steps up for 56. Will be a steady 16. In the middle, steps back, positions himself. Composure personified. Graham Philby double tops. Last dart in hand. Graham Philby misses an opportunity to break the Grant Samson throw early on. Misses the double 2. Both players having a traumatic experience on the outer ring. Someone's going home. Someone's coming back tomorrow. But who will it be? There's definitely tension in the arm. Last dart in hand for Graham Philby. Gets it on the inside. That is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is circumstances that no player wants to be in. Both of them are averaging equally the same. But Graham Philby has broken the Grant Samson throw because Grant Samson has missed a half a dozen of darts already. We knew that there was going to be missed doubles simply because what is weighing on this match. Grant Samson there with a maximum just to correct his early mistakes. But Bobby George has always said, trebles for show, doubles for dough. $60 scored now for Graham. Samson only managed the 45 after a great start on a 180. Graham Philby growing in confidence in this game. And I think that for anybody watching, when you're in this position, you almost want to go as... It's not about finishing the game in 12, 12, and 11. Because if you were doing that all night, you wouldn't be in this position. But now what he's going to need to do is make sure that you don't have trebleless visits. Graham Philby now reading the playbook and making sure that he approaches the board with confidence. 2 trebles there. Grant Samson with a solid ton there to leave him on 95. Graham Philby has to pull out some heroics here with a 145. Does not manage that with the first start, but can set it up handsomely. Board management there, non-existent. Grant Samson with a perfect 57. Goes inside. So Graham Philby has an opportunity on an 85 to keep the throw. Graham Philby now on a 45. Gets the 18. Gets the 15, now needs 20. Bullseye to hold the throw. Graham Philby misses the bullseye by a whisker of a hair. Double 8 last start in hand. Mental miss. And this we knew was going to happen from the start. I think the shot is 9 double 8. Double 8. Gets the double 8. Graham Philby is now leading 2-0 in his biggest match of the night. Grant Samson now can make no more mistakes, has to go pure perfect to go through to Saturday. This generally gets players into a different focus because now there's nowhere to turn, no more mistakes to be made, and you have to play the best you can. For Graham Philby, he does not want to lose the lead. He knows he's 2-0 ahead. This is more of a mind game now for both players, but I think there's more pressure on Philby now because he does not want to relinquish this lead. Grant Samson just edging so much closer. Graham Philby here, just to compose, find it steady, straight darts and just drop into the treble 20, not to track the treble 20. Because in this position, you just want to find the simple straight dart, and that's all he needs to do. Ton at a time, that's all he needs. Grant will need to make sure that he's scoring 2 trebles at a time to put Philby's throw under pressure, and all Philby needs to do is just manage the throw. The game needs management now, and this is where experience comes in. Graham Philby does have that experience. On board 2 here, Hilton Klein leading 2-1 against Liam Nicholson, who has qualified already for Saturday. .76 there from Grant. But Graham Philby in the driving seat. Yeah, you feel as a 2 treble visit will put Grant's throw under extreme pressure. He's going to drop down 19s. 99 is the score. Needs a treble. finds the treble with the last start, and what a fantastic shot here. He's got a do or die 114, but he has to wait for Philby. Philby gives him an opportunity, so Grant has one more roll of the dice. That's an 82. 114 has to go. Does not go. Grant manages 58. So 56 left. Graham Philby, to make it through to Saturday, needs 58. First start, check. 2 dots in hand for double tops. Graham Philby books his place into Saturday's finals. What a game. Grant Samson, commiserations, missed so many opportunities, but Graham Philby will be in Saturday's final, and he completes the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more game for you. It is a major game. This could be our finals for tomorrow as well, but it's going to be Cameron Carolison versus Johan Calderon. Stay tuned. Challenge Cup Final 2, Round 1, Night 2, and this is the final game of the evening. The field has been completed. Cameron Carolison has gone through. Johan Calderon is through. Liam Nicholson through. Graham Philby through. We just saw a drama-filled game with Graham versus Grant Samson. Graham coming the victor there, 3-0. So Saturday's lineup is going to be tasty. Now we're going to see Cameron Carolson versus Johan Calderon. This is touted to be one of the games, one of the watched games, simply because both of these players represented South Africa at the PDC World Cup last year, did fantastically well as debutants. They will know exactly, because they played so many finals. Last year, Johan dominated the final count against Cameron Carolison. This year has been slightly different, but that happens. Form is an up and down. It's an up and down system. So far, it is certainly setting up with fireworks. .95 from Cameron Carolison. So Johan Calderon finds another 95. So steady with the scoring. .100 scored. .60 scored now for Johan Calderon. So 155 plays 110. Cameron shot a lot more palatable. 54 needed now. Shifts back. So 52 left. 155 is not going to happen. But he can leave it handy. He'll stay there for double 10. 95 scored, 52 needed, double 16. That's a long way away. Double 8 is in the bed, finds the 52 there. And that's 1-0 to Cameron Carolison. Johan Calderon starts off with fireworks. Even though this game, I'm not going to say it doesn't mean anything, because both of these players are serial winners. So regardless that it doesn't have any bearing on the outcome, it's still an advantageous position to go into tomorrow to know that you have a win over your arch enemy. And even though they love each other, on the hockey we have no friends. This is a great game so far. Both players averaging well into the 90s. An opportunity here. Johan Calderon did not take the opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night we will be crowning a champion of the Challenge Cup, and he will be the winner to go to the Modus Super Series. And this is a massive, massive opportunity for Africans to play on the international stage, compete against international talent with financial gain, for the winner walking away with close to £6,000 tomorrow. And then if you do that, you then find yourself in Champions Week, which will give you an opportunity to win £25,000. The sport of darts is in a perfect position, and if you're part of African Darts Group, all these opportunities are presented to you. The driving force behind African development is the ADG. Unfortunate for Cameron Carolison there. Misses the double tops. Johan went for the percentage shot. Unlucky, and tonight has not been his night on the outer ring. Managed to scrape his way through the game, fall over the line and get to Saturday's finals. He'll need to sharpen up. Cameron Carolison needs double five now. Finds the double five and leads the game 2-0. Real professional finish there from Cameron Carolison, playing the game steady. .45 from Johan Calderon. So Cameron Carolison now in the driving seat, can find a 180 would be solid. And the maximum there from Cameron Carolison pushes the boat out completely. Johan Calderon is completely up against it. Will not mean anything to him tonight. But he will go home and make sure that those finishes are sharpened for tomorrow. Cameron Carolison now sprinting to the finish line. Managing at 84, 124 left. Cameron Carolison does not have to chase, so he'll split this. Oh, he goes 32. What a champagne shot from Cameron Carolison. 60, 32, 32 to end the night. That's the Challenge Cup Finals 2. Round robin completed. Cameron Carolison leads tomorrow as he leads the log tonight. So far, it's Cameron Carolison, Johan Calderon, Liam Nicholson, and the last player to get through was Graham Philby. Ladies and gentlemen, it's free tomorrow. The entertainment is live tomorrow, and we'll be coming to you at 7 p.m. from Sessions Billiard Bar in Durban, on Durban Road. And we can't wait to see you. Take care and good night.